Hi, everybody. Brian Davis here at Jack Trice Stadium, where tonight Texas captured a 17-7 win over Iowa State in the Big 12 opener. And I got to say, you can probably label this an ugly win if you want, but in the eyes of the Longhorns defensive players, this thing was a thing of beauty. You know, Iowa State with only 10 rushing yards total. 10 rushing yards. That's pretty impressive. Texas has now allowed they've allowed less than 100 rushing yards for 3 consecutive games. That has not happened since 2010. Jacob Park, the quarterback, completed 24 of 48 passes. He was sacked 4 times and threw 3 interceptions, 2 to Deshaun Elliott, who now has 4 interceptions in the last 2 games, including a pick 6 against USC. Iowa State really couldn't get anything going all night long. In fact, their only touchdown was the benefit of a short field position after a shanked punt by Michael Dixon, who had a spectacular night otherwise. That gave them a short field. They scored 7 points, but still, Texas, they're doing well on defense, but right now a lot of folks are going to have questions about what's going on offensively. Chris Warren had 16 carries for 44 yards. Kyle Porter had 17 carries for 39 yards, but overall the rushing game averaged 2.7 yards per carry. Shane Buechele was back at the controls after missing the last 2 games with a bruised throwing shoulder. He was 19 for 26, but he stood in the pocket tough, and I got to tell you, he got rocked on a play where he threw a beautiful ball to Neal Carter for a touchdown pass there in the second quarter. That gave Texas a 14-0 lead. Josh Rowland also kicked a 49-yard field goal late. That gave Texas a 10-point lead. And for all of the problems that the offensive line had, 4 holding penalties in the third quarter alone, the fact is they got it together and ran off the final 7.5 minutes or so. They never gave Iowa State the ball back and ran out the clock, and everybody went home. In fact, Matt Campbell kind of raised the white flag there at the end. Didn't call timeouts. Just let the clock go, and Iowa State took the loss. So, nonetheless, a very, very strong defensive performance. You look at San Jose State, where they shut out the Spartans. They had USC on their heels, and now this. I would argue that the defense under Todd Orlando really might have something going here. I think it makes October very, very fascinating moving forward. But right now, Texas is 2-2 overall, 1-0 in Big 12 play. They are back home next week to take on Kansas State in the first of a very rugged three-game swing, if you ask me. K-State, Oklahoma, and then Oklahoma State. We'll know a lot more about this team by mid-October. But that's it for tonight here in Ames, Iowa from Jack Trice Stadium. And once again, 17-7 is the final score. I'm Brian Davis for Hook'em.com, and we'll talk to you soon.